computational thinking students. In this tutorial, we will see how to solve computational thinking week 1 practice assignment. First, we will see how and where we can access the 3 data sets used in this course. When we click on course introduction option, we see 3 components in which the last one is common data. That is where these data sets are available. Then we have to click here to open the data sets. As you can see, all 3 data sets are available and categorized in different folders. Let's see paragraph words. In order to see full size card, we have to click on it, then only it opens it in a full screen mode. Similarly, we can see the scores dataset as well as the shopping bills dataset. Now we will move to the actual week 1 practice assignment. Let us start with the instructions given. Different font styles or punctuation symbols are used as follows. Italic plus underline represents steps of the procedure. Bold is used for variables. Italic for a field from dataset, and double quotes for a value from dataset or dataset name. These different font styles will help us identify various elements of a procedure. Question 1. What will the value of A, B and C represent at the end of execution of the given procedure on the scores dataset? In this question, we have to find exact values of 3 variables A, B and C. So let us start with the procedure. Step 1. Arrange all cards in a single pile called pile 1. Step 2. Maintain 3 variables A, B, C and initialize them to 0. Here in step 2, we have declared 3 variables A, B, C and also initialized them to 0. Step 3. If pile 1 is empty, then stop the execution. Step 4. Read the top card in pile 1. Step 5. If date of birth is less than 1st May, then increment A. In step 5, variable A is getting incremented if date of birth is less than 1st May, which means we are counting the number of students born on or before 30th April. Step 6. If date of birth greater than 30 April and date of birth less than 1st September, then increment B. In this step, variable B is getting incremented if date of birth is greater than 30th April and less than 1st September, which indicates that variable B is counting the number of students born between 1st May and 31st August inclusive. Step 7. If date of birth greater than 31st August, then increment C. In step 7, we are checking for date of birth greater than 31st August, which means variable C is counting the number of students born after 31st August, as in starting from 1st September onwards. Step 8. Move the current card to another pile called pile 2 and repeat from step 3. It is a repeat step which indicates that this procedure is getting executed on all the cards available in the dataset. Therefore, if we compile all the date of births from the dataset, then we will get categorization like this. Hence, The answer for this question is 10, 9 and 11 respectively. Next question. The following procedure counts the number of words from the paragraph words dataset, where part of speech is noun and letter count is greater than or equal to 4. But the programmer may have made mistakes in one or more steps. Identify all such steps, if any. It is a multi-select question. Step 1. Arrange all cards in a single pile called pile 1. That's correct. Step 2. Maintain a variable count and initialize it to 1. As we all know that the counting always starts from 1. Therefore, initial value of variable count should be 0. Hence, step 2 is incorrect. We have to check remaining steps as well for mistakes, because it is a MSQ type question. Step 3. If pile 1 is empty, then stop the execution. That's correct. Step 4. Read the top card in pile 1. Correct. Step 5. If part of speech is verb and letter count greater than equal to 4, then increment count. Now, as per the given statement, we are looking for nouns, not verbs. Therefore, step 5 is also incorrect. Step 6. Move the current card to another pile called pile 2 and repeat from step 3. Hence, this question has two correct answers and we have to mark both those options, step 2 and step 5. Moving on to next question. The given procedure finds the average total bill amount of shopping bills from the shopping bills dataset. Fill in the blanks from the given choices and complete the procedure. Step 1. Arrange all cards in a single pile called pile 1. Step 2. Maintain two variables, count, sum, and initialize them to 0. Step 3. If pile 1 is empty, then stop the execution. Step 4. Read the top card in pile 1. Now, next two steps, 5 and 6 are missing. But we know the purpose of this procedure is to find average total bill amount. And for that, we require two values, total number of bills and total bill amount of all those bills. In order to count total number of bills, we should have a step like increment count. And to calculate total bill amount of all the bills, we should have a procedure step like add total bill amount to variable sum. There is only one option where both these steps are given. Hence, the correct answer is step 5 increment count and step 6 add total bill amount to variable sum. Next question. What will the given procedure compute and store in variable x if executed on the shopping bills dataset? In this question, we are maintaining three variables a, b and c and initializing them to 0 in step 2. In step 5, variable a's value will be set to 1 if Niraja has a shopping bill from SV stores. Similarly, in step 6, variable b's value will be set to 1 if she has a bill from Big Bazaar, and variable c's value for Sun General in step 7. Step 9 maintains a new variable x and initializes it to 0. Steps 10 to 12 increments that variable x if the values of variables a, b and c are equal to 1 respectively. Values of variables a, b and c will be equal to 1 only if Neeraja has visited the corresponding shop. Therefore, variable x will get incremented for all those shops which she visited. Hence, the correct answer is number of shops which Neeraja visited. Next question. The following information represents a card from paragraph words dataset. During data entry, the clerk or operator might have made a mistake in one or more lines. Identify such lines with respect to the sanity of data. It is a multiple select question. In this question, few lines of information is given which represents a card from the paragraph words dataset, and we have to find all the incorrect lines with respect to sanity of data. Let us read these lines one by one. Line 1, card number 15. Line 2, word unpleasant. Line 3, word type adjective. Line 4, letter count 0. If you observe very carefully, we can notice that the spelling of word unpleasant is incorrect in line 2. And letter count is also wrong in line 4. The answer for this question is line 2 and line 4. Now let's check whether our submitted answers are correct or not. As we can see, they all are correct. Thank you for watching this tutorial. Happy learning.